How's it going, everybody, and welcome back to another video. So this is going to be part 2 of Guess the Grade. In my last video, if you missed it, we checked out my copy of Batman 227. Today we're going to be taking a look at The Flash 139. So this is going to be my first real CGC submission, as I mentioned before. 3 books total. The last one's going to be Amazing Spider-Man #2 that we go over. So normally they kind of show you the books, what they guessed where the grades were after they've already gone through and come back. I thought it would be fun for us to look at the books and guess together before I send my submission. The only downside is, obviously, we're going to have months and months before we all find out. But when we do, I will relink these videos. So, taking a look at it, Flash 139, first appearance of Professor Zoom Reverse Flash. This is one that, again, fair amount of wear, but I think the press will do it some good. So starting out again, the bottom cover. So I see if it wants to focus up. There we go. So as you can see, color rub at the bottom. Corner right there. Got a lot of wrinkles going on. As we move up, you can see some more color breaking wrinkles as we go. Overall edge looks pretty good. You can see some very tiny microscopic tears as we go. Top corner, not too bad. Actually, you know what? We'll just shift it and flip and keep it going. Top edge, and you can see a little bit of a crease right there. A little bit more color rub and wear as we go. Wrapping around to the spine. Fair amount of color rub and ticks as we go down. Just want to make sure it stays in focus as we go. So obviously one that has a lot going on, so it's going to be limited on what the press can do. But if we look more towards the middle of the book, with Flash's head, you can see there's a little bit of creasing. That shows it very well. Little bit of what looks like maybe finger bends or dents as we go along also. The rest of the main front cover looks pretty good overall. The back cover, so I'm not sure if it was part of the printing or not, but if not, then it looks like we'll have a little bit of staining or discoloration here, a little bit of staining discoloration here, a little bit up on the side. Then we have, as I get a little bit closer, you can see a little bit of a crease right here. So I'm trying to show it without making it go out of focus. You can see a little bit of discoloration and wear as we go along. Spine is about the same that we saw before. So even on the back, as you can see, there's a lot of creasing that goes beyond just the spine, a little bit into the back cover itself. So normally when you have the spine ticks, it's just delegated to the spine and then it's just less noticeable on the back. But this book does have a fair amount of wear all in itself, all along the back cover. Top, again, you have some very small itty-bitty tears as we go. The reader's edge, nothing major, but there are a little bit, there you go, a little bit of creasing. That at least will be helped with the press. Staples on this book should be, you'll get a close look here, very intact and very clean. So then we'll just start in flipping through the first page. So same thing, inside cover, same thing, a little bit of that wear showing through. But overall, nothing too crazy. I was gonna say, and very tan for the pages. And actually going through, I can see a little bit actually going through right now. If we get a little bit closer, there is some staining on the F in the Flash that once I opened the cover became more noticeable in the top right there. You can see right here. So we do have some discoloration there. I was saying, for the inside of the book, as long as nothing is crazy, big chunks, or any more stains, we're going to flip through at a pretty decent clip, that unless there's something that really stands or pops out. So as we go, for the most part, pages all look pretty uniform, same color, same condition. the fact that we have all the pages as we go. And again, it is the first appearance of Professor Zoom the Reverse Flash, so it's pretty cool to kind of flip through and see the pages of this book. A lot of times it's either a copy in lower grade that you don't really want to flip through, or it's already slabbed and graded so you cannot take a look at it. All right, so here we have the middle of the book. And again, staples look firmly attached at the bottom. Staple look firmly attached at the top. And again, they are nice and clean also. No rust, no dirt, so that is looking very, very nice. So here we have, on the bottom where the staple is, there is a little bit of ripping, as you can see. Not torn, but there is a small tear. Top inside of the book, there is some creasing to the page inside. I don't know how heavily they really pay attention to as much of the inside quality of the pages in terms of creasing, but a lot of times when we are buying a book, we just kind of look at if it has all the pages and the condition of the back and front cover. And a lot of times if they are being strict and they find something inside, it can be a little confusing why we got the grade we did until you flip through and see something that maybe that's the one small thing they picked up on. All right, nearing up to the end right here, getting past the ads. And back cover is looking pretty good. Same kind of little bit of creasing on edges we saw before. And again, it looks like a small stain up top that you can see right there. So again, overall, do one more final pass for everybody, because the whole point of this is I would love for you guys to guess your grade down in the comments. It'll be very good for you guys to see how close you are, as well as very good for me. As I've mentioned before, I am terrible at grading, especially once you get more into that mid-range, maybe if it goes a tickle higher. I'm better at taking a 9.8 book and looking for flaws that could knock it down from a 9.8 and the 9.6, 9.2, and so on. But I'm terrible at just assigning a grade to a book. So there we have book number 2 in the series. Again, only a 3-book submission, 1 more to go. The Flash 139. Leave all of your guesses in the comments. What grade you believe this book to be. Same rules as before, knowing that for however much it might help, it will have a thorough clean and a thorough press before it actually goes off to CGC grading. And I will be using a different grader, a different cleaner and presser, not CGC's, so that it gets a little bit more love and care than they might put into it. So please leave all your guesses down below, and thank you for checking it out.